Over time in teaching, I've been able to see the frustration, I've been able to see where kids want to learn, kids don't have the opportunity to learn, kids are in family situations that don't really facilitate that don't really facilitate learning and the development. So I think it's my duty on earth, to make sure that I can give the best that I can, with my last breath, ensure that, I give somebody else a chance. Even if to say, I just want to ensure I can open the door to the person that will eventually change the world as we know it. My name is Ryan Russell. I'm originally from Spanish Town. I went to Woolmouse Prep, then went to Campion College, and after Campion I lived in Belgium for some time, came back. I did my undergrad at UM with a bachelor's in applied math and a minor in comp-sci programming, and then I stopped for a while, stopped for a year, focused on the development of math I taught at Mona High, did some volunteer work at Mona High, played in a band. My main understanding of why people have a difficulty with math is that the foundation has not been taught properly to a lot of children. So as theories and as concepts become more complex and you're building a house with no foundation, after a while any little storm, any little hurricane at all will knock it over, a lot of children don't have the proper foundation. So as they start to go into cubic equations and factorizations and calculus, if you don't have that proper foundation, topics become very, very tricky and very, very difficult, so it turns off kids. I've been seeking for some time of trying to find that perfect combination between technology and teaching, right? Because teaching has been mundane since the beginning of time. Technology has increased 100-fold in the last couple of years, and our children today are heavily involved in technology. So I've been seeking for some time. I've found various technologies over some time, bought them, tried, tested, until I finally found a combination of what I was seeking, which is Interactive Whiteboard. So basically I have been able to fuse technology, and I've been able to fuse technology, the internet, visualization, multi-touch capabilities with teaching, which will add that added dimension to the traditional concept of teaching, and will actually take teaching into the realm of technology, and will let children be able to feel more free, feel more at one with the concepts that are going on. It can easily be applied to all schools across Jamaica, but it requires investment. I have made a lot of investment, both educationally and financially, towards the development of math education in Jamaica, because this is where I'm from. I can be back in the States teaching, I can be back in the States doing a lot of work, but due to the situation that we have right here in Jamaica, I think that this is the necessary step. Win, lose or draw, which I don't really see how I can lose, but win, lose or draw, I have to make sure that I make this commitment towards education in Jamaica, especially math education. What motivates me to succeed, I'd have to say, from the get-go, has to be like my mother and my father. I've seen where they've come from, I've seen how hard they've had to work, I've seen the efforts they've put forward, and the level of sacrifices they've made to ensure that I have been able to have a solid education and a solid educational background. And I think it's only my rightful duty, as a child of this earth, to give that back to as many children as possible. I have a 2-year-old daughter, and I think it's important that I lay that foundation for her as much as how my family they have laid that foundation for me. all age groups can be taught with this level of technology, and there's no limitations. You know, the only limitation that one can really have is just a person's imagination. You know, from you are an active thinker, from you are creative in thought, and you can be able to fuse different genres of thought and concepts and industries. You can be able to teach anybody anything. You know, I mean, there's zero limitations. I definitely plan to teach. I am in the process now of putting curriculums and teaching aids together for GSAT, CXC, CAPE, college level math. It matters not. I mean, I'm capable of doing almost anything. You don't have to memorize every step anymore. I can be able to graphically break down and show you exactly how we construct angles right here on the board without having this big compass and protractor like one side. Plus, you can be able to see step by step. All these notes will be saved. You know, you can get them as a PDF document, and it makes it a lot easier to understand. It's color coordinated. It's just a lot more fun, you know, a lot more interactive.